everyone, welcome to a new video live stream, I would say, for altcoins and Bitcoin. We're gonna see Bitcoin intraday, and we're gonna see some altcoins, of course, what happened today, what it might happen next. Welcome everyone. Let me welcome you one by one. Mohammed, welcome to the live stream, man. And Ahmed and Fahim, Recycle Uplift, very very new names for me a little bit. Nice to see you guys. Welcome to the live stream. TG, nice to see you. Sean, welcome. VRA, of course, we're gonna do MT. Sathan, Jack Plays, Clementinox, hi. And Fred, also new name. Oh, nice. Welcome to the live stream, guys. So we're gonna see what it's happening. Today we see some green, but yeah, basically I'm the most one who's in a bear market, right, and in a corrective wave. But I'm still not very convinced yet with bearish. We're gonna see this. I already wrote some of your special requests already, I think, onto virtual from Satran. Is there any new? Yes, render. Okay, let's take a look at render for Clementinox. And what else? Okay, AAVE. Okay, AAVE, Fred. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna see the intraday, what's going on in Bitcoin first, of course, to get an idea a little bit. And we move directly for your special request, and Sui, of course. Sui is very interesting as well. We're gonna see what's going on. So basically, in the bullish scenario for Bitcoin here, we are looking at the bullish, of course, is a very low case scenario here because of the wave 2 again, but in case that we are in 1-2, some deviation, sometimes of course the market cannot work like 100% with Elliott wave. Always, we cannot say that, so there is always some deviation. In case we have a wave 2, we have 1-2, we're looking for a wave 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 5 toward the upside. First sec, finally I'm on time. Yes, you're very welcome. Nice to see you, man, on time as well. So basically this is a bullish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, and F5. Now, very low possibility because of the wave 2 again. And of course, in case we are in a wave 3, currently you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Your wave 3 is not finished yet, and you're still inside the wave 3 here as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 3, which is next you're gonna see 4 and a 5, and then bigger wave 3, and then of course bigger wave 4, and finally to hit this target. So this is the ultimate bullish scenario, which is a little bit far possibility for me. Higher possibility is an uptrend, but correctively, meaning taking the all-time high correctively, because of course again the character of this move toward the upside is very sideways, and currently this is what we are looking at right now again and again. I mentioned, of course, this before, that we're gonna see Bitcoin doing this until we reach the all-time high. Okay, so and here we go, it is working right now, and we have of course this scenario where a potential we have a finished wave A in 3 waves up, wave A, potentially wave B finished. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C. With this wave C, of course, the wave 4 is going to be very sideways, right? We are in a wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Potentially, you're looking for a wave 5, okay? This wave 5 might finish the wave C in simply A, B, and a C. Very nice zigzag. 3 waves toward the upside, hitting the 1.05, taking the all-time high, a new highs for Bitcoin. Everyone is buying. Everyone is happy. We're moving to the moon, to the 200K, and then poof, right? Expanding flat A, B, and a C in 3 waves, a corrective down and up, right? And then moving directly very fast toward the downside. So we have to be careful with it. Of course, this is the most tricky scenario that we might have. Now, of course, we can still see even higher around the 1.23. Of course, this is a different scenario that we might see here, which is this one, right, with the W, X, Y, X, and a Z. Now, it can be, of course, a wave C, but I right now, I see the wave C lower. Yeah, this is the difference. We start to see some differences here, right? For the yellow scenario in the C, I see it lower right now. I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished. We have finished, of course, an impulse, finishing with it a wave C. You finished A, B, and a C very simply, taking the all-time high as well and hitting the 1.05, 111K, and then moving toward the downside, potentially, of course, again for a bear market wave C. Final scenario, which, as I told you, that I see potentially also it can move and test this area, which is 1.23, 1.38. You know, the influence of the market when it takes the all-time high on Bitcoin. It might, of course, overshoot, hitting the highest point for an expanding flat wave B, which is, of course, 1.38, 1.23, between 119 and 126. How it can achieve this? Through, of course, only W, X, and a Y. And in this case scenario, you might have an extended wave ABC, meaning you got your A, B, and a C here. You might simply get a copy paste. Yeah, it's very simple, copy paste. We already got the half of it, and even we're getting the half of the correction right now, repeating as well in sideways. So this is very high potential scenario as well, right? That where we are looking at, again, a very, very long sideways until we move very, very fast toward the upside in an expanding flat wave B. And normally the expanding flat wave B is very sharp, very fast, and very strong, right? And this is exactly what we would like to see. After this very sideways correction, you might have, of course, this scenario where you might move very, very high. All right, so yeah, basically this is what I'm looking for, guys, as scenarios. Now we have to watch, of course, to watch this impulse here where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because this has priority, right? So now we're talking about priority. We have, of course, first rank to finish is, of course, an ABC here. A, B, and a C wave C can finish, of course, in an impulse, finishing at 1.05, 100K. We have to re-estimate, of course, this area. If we break it and we see, of course, a potential of 3 waves down and continuation impulsively, therefore one more leg is unfolding here, of course, for the wave Y here, and W, X, Y, X, and a Z. Yeah, also it can be. I prefer WXY. I'm gonna keep it simple. WX and Y. Yes, so these are basically the scenarios right now. On the 1 hour chart, if we dive a little bit in the micro, well, everyone probably is thinking that, okay, we're moving toward the downside. It's done. It's finished. Not yet. Even I'm waiting for the signal to see some bearish, but yeah, let us be honest, nothing is showing like really a lot of weakness here. I don't see impulses, and plus this very long sideways is very, very, how to say, very tricky, and saying that, okay, the market is still looking for higher, but it's just simply exhausted, okay? It's just simply exhausted. And okay, it dumped a little bit, but this is not really clear impulse. If you move inside it, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is a part of an impulse. What do I do with this? Then definitely this is an A, B, and a C finished. Yeah, so 3 waves toward the downside. Not an impulse here. This is not an impulse. I cannot call it wave 1. This is the thing, right? So, and well, if on the 1 hour chart you call it wave 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you have to go inside the structure as well to make sure that it is impulsive, and it is not. Basically, I'm estimating this in the morning, the leading diagonal. Where do we have it already? Here we go. We have a wave 1, potentially A, B, and a C for a wave 2. Yeah, so this was the morning analysis. Leading diagonal, it did not break it yet, it did not invalidate it, it's still playing very nicely, and we see, of course, A, B, C potentially 3 waves down, correction. Now potentially it still can be moving down if it wants to, getting the perfect box for the green here, and then moving for a wave 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation toward the upside. If it wants to move for higher from now, also it can do it very simply, because yeah, it can be a finished correction, W, X, and Y. However, preferably, of course, to see some nice structure finished here. I don't like the structure, how it looks like, but yeah, preferably to see, of course, a nice structure finished like this, and then moving for higher probably. In case we take the 886, therefore, of course, something else is unfolding here. Let's keep it on the 1 hour chart. Okay, what is that something else that it might unfold probably in case that we move lower? Okay, so in case we take the 886, first scenario that you have to think about it before panicking, you have to think about a triangle, okay, very sideways, A, B, C, D, and E, okay, and then moving higher, because potentially you finished wave 3, your wave 4 is a triangle, this wave 4, and continuation toward the upside. Very simple. And this will be perfect scenario with all the sideways that we got before, right? Almost the sideways that we got almost before, right? So that would be, of course, a great match as well. So A, B, and a C correction, A, B, and a C potentially. And also, of course, it works as an impulse for a wave 4 at the same time. Meaning, guys, whatever it's gonna happen here, still possible that to move for higher. Okay, another scenario where you might, of course, break the triangle. If the triangle is broken, and we take, of course, the low, don't forget, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level, and then moving toward the upside. So you still have a lot of bearish scenario to break before thinking. You still have a lot of bullish scenario to break before thinking in bearish. Now, once you break this one at 1-to-1 fib level, okay, then you have to think, okay, something is unfolding as a wave 3 here, right? And it might, of course, take invalidation. So yeah, therefore, okay, then you say, okay, it might be bearish, and we might, of course, move for lower. Yeah, but currently there is a lot, so we need first to break the 1-2, because maybe we move directly for higher, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And second, you have to break a triangle, meaning you want to take the low. And third, you want to take the ABC 1-to-1 fib level, moving down, and then, okay, at this level, if we overshoot, okay, we are bearish, definitely. Okay, we still have a lot. All right, that was for Bitcoin in details what is going on in this area, guys. So of course, I'm still, how to say, I mean, the market is bearish, but I'm bullish in a corrective wave uptrend. It's very complicated a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it still have a lot of bullish influence, right? So SUI, for SUI, it's almost the same. I mean, just by looking at it here, everything you see here is simply sideways a correction, right? On the 1 hour chart for SUI. Whatever is gonna happen in this area, as you can see, as before as well, we can see this, okay, here is a nice correction, but we see a lot of sideways. And when you see a lot of sideways and the trend is toward the upside, meaning simply it's gonna continue for higher, okay? And for SUI, I see a very huge scenario for SUI, and I'm very interested into it because SUI has a very huge potential for this blue box. Okay, so the next move might hit, of course, this blue box over $5 potentially, and yeah, I see even like the potential of this wave 5 that it might unfold here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, the very sideways wave 4 and a 5. It might be very extended, and that because we got a very complex structure before explosion of this wave 5. Plus, it is a blue zone for taken from the wave 1 here based on the wave 3, giving us the wave 5 minimum target at $5 or 4.9. Therefore, very interesting. Plus, on SUI, what is very nice in it is that you have here the base channel Okay, the base channel, let me remove first it. Let me explain it exactly, because that's too much. Where is the channel? Here we go. All right, so on the base channel, here we go. We have our 1, 2. You got your wave 3. Confirmation of a wave 3 is that the wave leaves the base channel, right? Start to range outside perfectly inside another corrective channel, which is the blue one. It is allowed, of course, to interfere in the base channel again, use it as a support. However, not nice to see it, of course, breaking the middle of the base channel. If it break it, that is a weak point, and of course, when it touches the lower part, it's done. It's not good. However, what happens is that it uses a little bit the base channel, and then poof, explosion toward the upside. Again, right now, using the base channel, and it might, of course, move again toward the upside. What I would like to see is that the price action bounce toward the upside, and even breaking, of course, the acceleration channel taken from the wave 2 based on the wave 3. You have to see the wave 5 at least touching the lower part of this acceleration channel. Common target is the middle part of the acceleration channel. How much extended this is very interesting. Okay, it's a very interesting price for SUI. It might hit the 1.618, which is taken from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might be a very extended wave 5, guys. This is what I'm saying. Yep, so we're gonna watch this, how it's gonna work. So all the indicators show that this area has to be taken soon or later. Okay, so this is what I'm saying for SUI. Very interesting. And of course, on the micro level, of course, there are several scenarios that it might get a little bit lower. Well, even I'm looking for the 0.38, which is a perfect target for a wave 4. Now, how we can read this, there is multiple scenarios here, definitely, because this is a very complex structure that we are looking at. Starting here, that you have top for a wave 3 over there. You got a triangle first as a W, A, B, C, D, and an E. And then you have an ABC for the X here. And you are looking for something as for a wave Y. 3 waves down, and then potentially it can be even diagonal one. No, not diagonal. This has been taken. So A, B, and a C. Sorry, this is the thing. A, B, and a C for a wave Y. Your wave C is ending diagonal. Look how much complicated the structure is. So first you have triangle for a W. A, B, and a C expanding flat for the X. Again, expanding flat for the Y. Your wave Y is an A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very long sideways. Remind us with almost the same structure here, by the way. W, X, and a Y, right? Very long side. Actually, this even ABC, very simple. This was simpler than this one. While this one is A, B, and a C, your wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now it is repeating itself, but in much more complicated structure. Okay, W, X, and a Y. It looks like already like an expanding flat, by the way. But the problem is that you cannot start with a triangle, right? This is the thing. Yeah, so this is a worst case scenario, by the way. This is a worst case scenario where you might see, of course, an ending diagonal hitting this area. Before thinking about this, okay, you have to think that wave Y can be something else, okay, first, which it can be, of course, here can be A, B, and a C, D, and a E. Here we go. Yeah, it can be kind of like a triangle, but I don't like it because I'm a running triangle. Yeah, already invalidated, by the way. No, I see a triangle here, but how can we? Okay, yeah. So then you have to think about the W, X, and of course you have to move it to the side. So W, X, and a Y, A, B, C, D, and a E. Okay, this is what I'm saying. So we have to break. By the way, we have to break this one because this one has priority right now. We have to break this scenario first. before thinking about, of course, moving in diagonal. And another scenario, by the way, there are a lot of scenarios here. Yes, if you keep this wave WX and Y, the wave Y can be also a zigzag. Here we go. So you have W, X, and a Y, where your wave Y is a zigzag A, B, and a C, hitting almost the same like an ending diagonal. The difference is if you finish as zigzag, it might trick you and boom, explode toward the upside while you're still thinking, oh, it might still take one more low for ending diagonal. So yeah, very, very tricky, but it's, I mean, at the end, whatever it's gonna happen in this area, it's gonna move toward the upside. This is what I'm saying, guys. Yeah, very complicated one. And by the way, before start to think even with lower and with whole triangles and so on, don't forget that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1, you are currently in a potential correction. Can be, of course, corrective, or it can be a leading diagonal. But yeah, I think that it might be corrective here. And then moving towards the upside, guys, as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very, very also high possibility. So be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might trick us directly from now. Okay, so yeah, you gotta be ready. This is the thing. You cannot really know what's gonna happen unless, of course, we take the 886 here. Now, I think we are already in the perfect green box for a wave 2 in case we are in a wave 2. Well, yeah, here we go. We are inside the green box for a wave 2. Yeah, you did not took the 886 yet, and that means, of course, it still have a potential to move towards the upside very, very fast from now as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Why? Because you have already 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal. Now, what is going on inside it? If you move, of course, here we go. Your wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A zigzag, zigzag, and of course, this is a zigzag and correction, correction, right? So very nice leading diagonal. Now, this wave here is very corrective. Why? Because you have, how you count this right now? If this is a leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, okay, finished, then what do you get later? So definitely you have W, X, and a Y here, or A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? Preferably not to take the 886, preferably that it is finished and moving toward the upside, in case we are bullish, of course, from now. Yeah, so 886 will be the answer, of course, that we might be in triangle again. Okay, be careful of the triangle. If we break the low, we are, of course, therefore in a zigzag first, next, and probably, of course, in ending diagonal finally. Now, breaking this, okay, we're bearish. All right. Yeah, very simple. And of course, invalidation is, of course, this area. Here we go. This is our invalidation of bullish. All right. Okay. So that is for SOI, guys. All right. Let me just keep the things. Here we go. Okay, so invalidation at 3.44. Cool. Okay, that was for SUI, which we finished it already at 33. That means, of course, we start 8 minutes ago. That is 25. And for BTC, we started directly, right, at 1 minute. Okay. So AI 16, Neo and LPT, sir, Mr. Z, welcome to the live stream, man. With pleasure. Here we go. Neo and LPT. Okay, but someone asked for you some before you. I think hello KG, with the scenario of taking a new all-time high, could there will be a trend shift for BTC.D dominance? Okay. LPT. Dominance. I don't think so. I don't think so. The dominance has already confirmed a move to, yeah, it's rocketing downward, bro. Okay, so I believe that the dominance is looking for lower. Yeah, is looking for lower. It's time for it. Because it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter if the dominance moving down or not. I mean, Bitcoin still can move for higher. It doesn't matter. But the thing is that it just tells you that the altcoins has a high potential of return right now. Okay, and they might outperform Bitcoin with revenue. Okay, with profits. This is what it says. But I believe yes, it's moving down, man. At least I'm looking at least to the middle part of this triangle, because wave E sometimes stops there and move towards the upside again. Okay. Don't forget that. Okay, that the triangle here, wave E is toward the downside, and when a triangle finishes wave E toward the downside, meaning once you finish the wave E, it is a reversal for a massive move toward the upside. And that means Bitcoin in the next cycle, potentially after this alt season finishes, Bitcoin might, I don't know, I'm seeing that maybe Bitcoin will gain again really strong dominance on the whole crypto market. And what I mean here is because when you finish a triangle, you might see a structure, a new structure, okay, a new structure. This new structure can be a zigzag, can be a flat, it can be, of course, a triangle, but it can be also an impulse, very strong impulse. And we're talking about structure here, not a small structure. I'm talking about big structure, like big zigzag, okay? It should match almost this structure, okay, in scale. And that means we're looking for something really strong, okay, like a zigzag, of course, not hitting over 100%, yeah, but we're talking about something like this, yeah. It might come back to the 80s, yeah. I don't know if I am right or not. Okay, I mean, this is just as per Elliott wave, but at the end this is a percentage chart and not based on price and so on, but based on Elliott wave, you would like to see any structure taking the higher of the whole triangle, not the start of it, but of this area. Yeah. And that means Bitcoin might move again to the 80 or 75% potentially. Yeah. Even in a flat, he can do it. And a very simple flat. And that's why I see it like, yeah, it might take lead again. Okay. Now in a triangle, it can be also, yeah, like, but very, very low possibility to get triangle after triangle. Yeah. So this is the case. So definitely flat or zigzag or an impulse. Okay. So interesting. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen. All right. So this is regarding also a Bitcoin dominance. Let's add that we talked about Bitcoin dominance as well at 35 minutes. Okay, and BTC.D. All right. Okay. AI 16. Okay. So for AI 16, here we go. All right, guys. Well, AI 16 still, of course, looking for higher. You are already in an impulse. You finished a wave Y here down, right? A WX and a Y. We are looking definitely for higher, and I'm looking for this blue box, right? I'm looking for this blue box here. 3, 4, and a 5 exactly. In a wave C potentially. Why? Okay, we have a wave 1 or a wave A. You finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse, zigzag for a wave A or wave 1, and then of course in both case scenario you move toward the downside for a wave B or a wave 2, right? In this case, you are looking here definitely for a zigzag or for an impulse as a wave 1, right? We were expecting 1 to 1 fib level, we didn't, but yeah, we don't need it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have finished currently, of course, an impulse towards the upside. you would like to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very simple, okay? And this is, yeah, let's keep it in the yellow scenario, which is gonna finish potentially your wave C here. Yeah, your wave C, and yeah, maybe you're looking for a wave 3 for higher. We're gonna see this, but for wave C, by the way, you would like to hit the 1-to-1 fib level only. Okay, let me remove this. So that means the wave 5 has to finish here, wave 3, wave 4, if you want to take it like really good scale. Here we go, 4 and a 5. Okay, this might be finishing a little bit later. Okay, here we go. So this is a wave C at a 2.7, which is nice. Of course, you are at 0.34, guys. So yeah, that's a very, very nice. Jamie, welcome to see you, and nice to see you, man. Welcome to the live stream. Basically, for AI, I'm looking here for a wave 2 that it is a little bit shallow, meaning 0.38. Yeah, why? Because this chart looks a little bit very impulsive. Yeah, interesting one. So minimum target 0.23. Okay, let's add this wave 2. All right. Yep. So this is what I'm looking for. Let me check one thing. If we get, if this gives a really good potential, yes, here we go. Why I said like I'm looking for a shallow wave 2, because when I bring the 1, 2 here as a fib level, you will see that it is very, very close to the 1-to-1 fib level, meaning yeah, 0.5 can be, of course, the target, and that means the 1.618 can finish a wave 3 here, then 4, then you finish exactly with high precision wave 5 at the 1-to-1 fib level. Here we go. But of course, we leave it for later. But basically, this is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to predict exactly what could be the target here. GC, nice to see you, man. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, and F5. All right, let's move inside it to see if this wave 5 is done and finished. Probably yes or not. Well, not. Maybe not. Wait a second. Yes, finished. It is done. Okay, so we have, yes, it is done. Exactly with high precision. And again, blue box, 100% hit. Currently, therefore, you would like to simply, you don't want to look what's going on here. Currently on this chart, what you are interested in is the daily. Waiting for the minimum requirement, whatever it's gonna happen. Yeah. Waiting for 0.38 and then moving toward the upside. Very simple. Cool. IOUSD, okay. That was at 40. Okay, let's say 40. And currently we are at 43. Oh God. Why I always mess it up. I don't know what okay, here we go. Okay, so 43 IOUSD. Right. Okay, that is an all-time history on Binance. Okay. I don't know what to say, man. It's it doesn't show anything interesting, okay? I mean, there is no data. It's a very, very almost yeah, new one. It has not been 1 year almost. So what should I say? A, B, and a C finished, moving for higher potentially. But what if you are in 1, 2, 1, 2, and then moving down? So I'm sorry, man. I cannot really give really good thing. It might be A, B, and a C. Yes, it can be as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But what if this turns into ABC after double 1, 2, right? I mean, those are your scenarios anyway, right? So Yeah, so okay, if you want to, okay, A, B, and a C, right? Where you would like to see, this is round yellow, okay? You would like to see continuation as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple, okay? But be careful. I mean, I don't trust this move toward the upside, what it might be, and so on. So be careful that you might have, because this is impulse, and yeah, be careful from having 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, this is magenta. Okay, 1, 2. So yeah, very complicated, guys. It's very complicated one. Why I should, for me, why I should risk this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A, B, and a C. A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. So there are plenty of coins and chart which are much more nicer than this thing. Okay. Which is very confusing. I don't know what is the direction. I don't see any impulse starting from the beginning. Yeah, that's why. Never go so risky like this with such chart. So with we're gonna start it at 47. Okay. All right. Better call ENA or ENA update, please. Okay. Dev. Thanks. You're very welcome, bro. Could you please do TOSHI on CETUS? Okay. Let's take a look, guys. Okay, TOSHI. I hope that they are nice charts. CETUS and ENA and SATS. Okay. Welcome, Xander. All right. Okay, guys. So that is for IO. Now is we said WIF, right? Let's do WIF. Okay, so for WIF, we are very bullish, of course. We are in a nice setup. We have, of course, a potential WXNY or potential ABC. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, now I understand what happened. This one should get out of the 4-hour and stay inside the daily. Here we go. All right. On the daily chart, we have, of course, ABC toward the upside. 3 waves finished. We have a wave A already finished. ABC, of course, very clear. 3 waves down, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Finished, of course, a wave B towards the downside. Meaning, you are looking at A, B, and a C potentially for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe wave 1 here, but I believe this is double 1, 2. And of course, yeah, in case that you have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, be careful from a wave 2 here, 3, 4, and a 5 later on, because you might have an extended wave 5. However, I hope that we have the volume here. No. Okay, some charts, sometimes they don't have the volume. So let me show you somewhere else the volume. Here we go. If you take a look on the daily for the volume, you can see the volume at this candle is very high, and that means, of course, this might be your wave 3 rather than this one, and that means, of course, this is higher potential that it is double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Let's go back to our chart, the all-time history. Here we go. You see a double 1, 2 right now on the 2 hours chart. Let's move in. We can see clearly that we have also, yeah, our channel here. Let me just move this outside. Okay, you can see that we are potentially, by the way, I have to change the channel here. We have double 1, 2, sorry. Okay, that is some trick here. Yeah, so basically we are in double 1, 2. I'm gonna put this also in a different color. Okay, let me tell you what happened, why I deleted the channel, and why it is wrong now to look at this one. Because this channel was taken from this one too. Yeah, basically when you do channeling, currently you are playing this scenario as an impulse, which is the blue one. And that's why your channeling should be now based on the blue scenario and not on the main one. Yeah, this is very educative channeling one here. All right, so basically here we go. This is your channel taken from the wave 1 based on the wave 2. You see the wave 3 breaking out of the channel very decisively and nicely. And currently we're looking at this channel as to be a support for wave 4, moving toward the upside for wave 5. Of course, to hit the acceleration channel, which is taken, of course, from the wave 2 here. Okay. And based on the wave 3. Here we go. You would like to see the price action leaving this area or hitting this area and then moving to the middle line of the acceleration channel. Let me turn off the, here we go. This is what you would like to see. 1.618 would be a perfect target, by the way, right? Which is the wave 3 perfect target. And this one is taken, of course, of 1, 2, 3, right? So basically, I'm still looking for higher for WIF. I'm looking definitely for at least 1.6, I would say, or 1.59. And that is, of course, only a wave 3 here, that it might reach this high in a wave 5, right? For the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And that means, of course, you might still see, yeah, even higher prices later on, right? So here we go, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Yep. So that's it. 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Now, does it take the all-time high on the daily? Well, preferably that we see the all-time high taken. So that means you would like to see on the daily, after a wave 3 here, you would like to see a wave 4, which it might be double time, by the way, and then, sorry for the noise, and then 4 and a 5, okay? Preferably that the wave 5 get extended, but in case that it doesn't, yeah, we have to be careful. Maybe we don't take the all-time high. I don't know if that will happen, because you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, you would like to see some extended wave, guys. Yeah, you would like to see some extended wave somewhere. Somewhere, one of these two wave 5 has to be very extended. This is what I'm saying. Why? To reach at least the 1-to-1 flip level, taking the all-time high. That's why. Okay, so we're gonna watch and see what's gonna happen. So preferably that the wave C is taken here. Okay, we don't need this one. All right. A, B, and a C. What is that? Okay, okay. I was thinking in ABC. I'm gonna remove this. We are very impulsive. Okay, we're gonna just keep this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No ABC currently, until invalidation, of course. Invalidation. Let's give you the invalidation. Therefore, invalidation of this impulse is definitely, of course, your wave 1. Okay, this is invalidation of bullish. Okay, and in this case you're looking at the price 0.72. okay, in case of invalidation, of course. Once we get invalidation, then okay, I will call this ABC or WX and Y, but basically it's not yet. Cool, guys, that was for WEF. Next is VRA at 53 or 54 minutes. Okay, all right. Can follow with live, very happy. Welcome, TG. Very welcome, man. All right. What we were looking at, VRA. Okay, VRA last time, yeah, something very, very not pleasant, I would say. But actually, it was still playing our scenario. Yeah, it's playing our scenario. We saw, of course, a potential impulse toward the upside, but then moving directly toward the downside. And here we go, still playing our scenario as a wave 5 and ending a diagonal potentially. Okay, so there is no impulse here. I'm gonna remove the 1, 2, and basically you are looking at the following scenario on the daily. On the daily, you have potentially here, of course, a very sideways. Market has found psychology here and then started the impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have started a wave A, of course, or a wave 1, meaning you are looking for ABC or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. Currently, this is a very strong, a very long wave 2, by the way, which I don't like to see when a chart, of course, starts a very long wave 2, because based on the time, this wave 2 is very, very, very long, okay? Which is not nice to see again. Of course, A, B, and a C, your wave C is, of course, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Targets still can be, of course, reaching for lower, so be careful. Targets taken from the 3 to the, based on the 4 here, you might reach, of course, this area, guys, okay? Very, very low. So meaning the wave 5 can be like this, okay? Can even overshoot behind this one. Now it's not necessarily, but yeah, the fibs say so, okay? So be careful with it. And that's so bad. That's not nice, right? That's not nice because you're already back to this area. That's incredible. I would like to take a look at it on the linear chart rather than just on logarithmic. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, that is horrible. Okay. Yeah, not really nice to see, guys. Okay. Just to let you know. I would like to check one more thing, by the way. Did we reach the... I mean, I think we are in the green box for wave 2. We should be. Yes. Here we go. Okay, be careful, guys. If we leave this green box from the lower part, that would be not nice. I prefer that, of course, the wave 5 finishes here. Exactly here. And moving toward the upside. Otherwise, you get in the dangerous zone, hitting the 886. Now, of course, don't forget that you still have A, B, and a C. But when you have an impulse, it should be a zigzag. And a zigzag normally have a very shallow wave B, meaning it should move fast for the wave C. Second, the wave B for a zigzag is shallow as well in fib, 0.5, not 0.886, which is not good. So be careful, guys. Still the same for VRA, looking for this target wave 5. Okay, nothing has changed on it. All right, virtual 57. Okay. All right. So virtual was also very, very bullish. Very nice chart, by the way. Starting, of course, if it continues the wave 5, that will be very nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very typical Elliott wave basics, which is, of course, wave 2. Wave 4 is, of course, alternated, and also you have the double time for wave 2. Very nice to see it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A triangle for wave 4. Extended wave 5 because your wave 3 is not extended, it's short. So very nice, typical basic Elliott wave stuff to see on this chart. Very clean chart. I love it. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? So we have potentially an impulse here, continuation for a wave 5. Now, because this is your wave 3, so definitely you have almost finished a wave 1. You're looking for a wave 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. However, what I see here is a lot of sideways. And that means internally might be something looking for higher. Yes, definitely. Okay. On the just by looking at it on the daily, right? You see, of course, a lot of sideways, and that means it's not done. It's not finished yet. Still looking for higher. Now, is it possible to be 1, 2? No, definitely not. Definitely not. So what is that? A, B, and A, B, okay, W, X, and a Y. Oh my God. What a wave Y. Funny one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, wave 4 not finished yet. Okay. All right, guys. So this is not your wave 5 impulse. This is a W, X, and a Y, but very, very strange one. Your wave Y looks like in a running triangle as well. Okay, so and because it is very bullish, guys, this chart, that's why you see this shape. By the way, that is why you see this shape. So what you are looking at is, of course, ABC for a W. You're looking for kind of like a very fast zigzag for the X, and the wave Y, rather than moving toward the downside to form kind of like a nice corrective wave. Imagine how much stronger it is as bullish and still hanging in the top. Psychology again. When we read patterns, guys, we see psychology, right? You would like to see normally this, right? You see this sideways, and of course running a triangle ABCDE, meaning it's gonna move very high, toward the upside still for wave 5, and that means your wave 4. Imagine, look what it does. Wave 4 higher than your wave 3. How much crazy is that? Now higher a little bit, okay, like, because this is the lowest part of it, but look how much crazy is that. Okay, this is your wave wave 4. It has finished here, W, X, and a Y. Potentially I'm still looking for a very high move, okay, for virtual. It's not done yet. It's just a trick, yeah, because of course, if it makes it easier for you, okay, we're done, 1 2 3 4 5, let's move down, right? And then poof. All right, so meaning those are wrong. No, they are not wrong. This is made on 1 2 wave 3. Yes, everything is right. Yeah, so blue box is still inside. Okay, blue box is still inside, but very special, very special one. It's very rare to see this. Yeah, very special. A virtual protocols. Okay, I'm gonna keep this in mind. This is one of the most rare case that you see. Cool, nice to see it. All right. Okay, so render 02. I think virtual will enter our channel videos. Interesting. Okay, so this one is gonna enter our videos. I see it, really nice chart. Okay, so we are in render. Yes, render. Okay, some of them are leaving, which are VRA potentially as well. Dot already left our trust coins, but I'm waiting for VRA still, of course, until we take the 886. Okay, so render. On render, also very interesting, but let's start with the overview first to get a clearer view, right? So for render is one of the most interesting coins for this channel, very bullish. It has 3 main bullish scenarios. The first one is leading diagonal 1 2 3 4 5. We are looking for a wave 5 after hitting, of course, 3 waves for a wave 4 inside the blue box of opportunity. Another bullish scenario is that you have a 1 2 3 4 5, a finished wave 1 here, and you finished ABC for a wave 2. You got a 1 2 3 4 5 for another wave 1 in the blue scenario, and you finished a wave 2 again with the minimum requirement for a wave 2 taken from the wave 1 here to the top of it, and giving us a 0.38 minimum requirement for a wave 2, looking for an impulsive and explosive wave 3 toward the upside. Final scenario is, of course, 3 waves toward the upside. ABC, you have finished in the yellow scenario here, where you have finished an A, you are looking at a finished wave B, and also a very explosive wave C toward the upside, of course, as a flat here or potential zigzag can be as well. So basically what I'm looking at here is 3 main bullish scenarios. All of them will take the all-time high. Very simple. In the bearish scenario, knowing that you have finished a short-term bearish scenario, If we are long-term bearish scenario, and that means you're still looking for lower, well, you would like to see, of course, after 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the downside to finish a bigger 3 corrective waves. And then, of course, moving toward the upside again. It can be, of course, a big wave 1, A, B, and a C for a wave 2 in the orange, and then moving toward the upside, guys. Okay? Just to let you know. However, higher probability goes, of course, for the bullish continuation toward the upside. But, of course, don't forget that we might get a crossroad here. In this area, of course, after finishing a 3 waves up, which it might be here. Don't forget that we might be, of course, in 3 waves up, A, B, and a C. So we have to be careful also on the lower time frame. We have to keep estimating the situation for render. Okay. What if that we got our 3 waves? But I don't see it yet. I see even if you got 3 waves, you might move down and then one more leg toward the upside to finish a wave B and then wave C. Okay. Okay, meaning A, B, and a C 3 waves, and then moving for lower. Okay. Cool. On the lower time frame, if we take a look inside this area before opening anything on the 2-hour chart, if you take a look at the top here, you will see a potential 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I don't really see that because, of course, the wave 1 here, the second one, is very longer than the first one. Yeah. So meaning this high potential plus the 886, by the way, don't forget, higher potential that you are in ABC, you finish 3 ways toward the downside, you're looking for 3 ways up here, yeah, as A, B, and a C, and of course one more structure. It can be, of course, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for A, B, and a C, and then moving for higher. Whatever is gonna happen is still very corrective, and yeah, basically it's just looking for some corrections, some liquidation, and then moving for higher. Okay. If we open the lower time frame, here we go. What are the possibilities? So basically, this is the low here, meaning you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Wave A finished. We're looking at a very long sideways and flat correction without hitting even the 0.38. Without hitting the 0.38, meaning, of course, higher potential goes a little bit for the A, B, and a C, right? If you are in a wave C here, don't forget that the wave C has to hit the 1-to-1 fib level, which is, of course, around the $7.9. The wave C has to be an impulse. You potentially finish a wave 1, and that's why you're looking for a very deeper correction a little bit. You would like to see a wave 2, and then moving toward the upside for 3, 4, and a 5 continuation, of course, for this wave C. However, never forget what we mentioned on the daily, knowing that the probabilities goes higher for the bullish, as we mentioned, because we have 3 bullish scenarios. Don't forget that if we finish a 3 waves up here, you might, of course, see a wave B. Okay, and that means the bearish is there still, and it is a probability as well. Despite that we have 3 against 1, this one still can be played. Never forget, market is very tricky, guys. Okay, so yeah, but we're gonna see what I'm expecting to happen. Also, because it might just open something else, not only bearish, because we are looking at a potential ABC, right, as explained here. Yeah, potential ABC. But what I'm looking, this ABC is gonna be, of course, a zigzag, right? Meaning impulse, correction, impulse, correction. What if this zigzag will transform to double 1-2s? And then moving very massively towards the upside, continuation, of course, for the bullish scenarios. Cool? So, to be re-estimated, of course, at this area at that time. Okay, TOSHI is a meme, but CETUS is interesting because it is related to SUI. Okay, we're gonna see that. Today can follow with live. Yes, TG, very happy. Nice to see you, man. Rio, BNB link update, please. Okay, how much do we have still? Okay, yeah, we can add those. BNB, and I think those are the last ones, guys. Okay, and link. Jamie, what is the most likely scenario for render in your opinion, my friend? Okay, as you see, as I just said, so highest potential is of course for the ABC, but it's just tricking us that it might leave of course two possibilities for later on. That it might be of course a wave B bearish, or it might transform it to 1-2-1-2, yeah, and then moving toward the upside. So highest possibility, of course, higher. We're moving higher still for render. We're not done yet. Definitely, we're looking for higher, despite the red that you are looking at. Yeah, it's not impulsive toward the downside. It's not bearish. It's corrective, and it just needs some liquidation and then moving for higher. Definitely. That was for render. All right. Next is AAVE. AAVE, we have yep, a study for AAVE. I think. Here we go. All right, guys. So basically, I hope that you like it that we have live stream, because I cannot really have videos currently. I have some projects working on, and I cannot interrupt so much. That's why. And yeah, I hope that you like that we have just one live stream. Of course, I'm gonna update Bitcoin intraday and daily, and also daily close. But maybe live stream would be helpful as well for you, right? And also for me right now. All right, so yeah, basically we are looking at an impulse towards the upside for AAVE. This wave 1-2 has started where? Actually, you have 1-2, and then 1-2-3-4, and a 5. This is okay. Okay. I need to look again at AAVE. What's going on here? Let me remove everything. Everything is old. It has been very long time for AAVE. Okay. Definitely okay. We have bottomed here. Wave Y or wave C. That's great. Now this is definitely a leading diagonal. All right. Now let's start with the smallest count, where we have, of course, here 1. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. 4 and a 5. Okay, all right, and that means you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Here we go. This is the right count. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even not finished yet. Okay. All right. So yeah, even not finished yet. Why? Because you have here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, 3, 4 and a 5, wave 5. Okay. Just 1 second. 3, 4 and a 5. Okay, this is a gray. Okay, let me enter inside it. Is that a finished impulse? Probably yes. Probably yes. Okay, then finished. Okay, here we go. All right. So we are looking for the wave 4 in the white scenario. You don't use any indicators in your chart? Of course I do. We have KGT indicator, and of course sometimes if I don't have KGT, I use MACD or RSI, of course, the most known one. Nothing special. Yeah. Basically for AAVE we have KGT, but currently let me check KGT. I think we have for AAVE. I don't know. There is some issue with the platform, with some coins that we have. I need to look again at the script, what is going on. But basically, AAVE, here we go. Let me check if it is working or not. Yeah, you see, sometimes the platform, I don't know, has some bugs or something on some coins, but not all of them. For example, SUI is working right now, BTC is working. I have to check again. There is a platform, exchanges, because this indicator, of course, collect data from all exchanges. Okay, as you can see. So I have to check some exchanges whether they delisted those coins or whether those exchanges are not active anymore. Yeah, it means like they are out of business. Yeah, so I have to check the list and readjust this to see what's going on, why it's not working. Solana is working, but AAVE is not working right now. Yeah. So if you would like, yes, of course, we can see, for example, MACD and the RSI. Here we go. All right. Yo, Donald, nice to see you, bro. It must be a special holiday. Well, actually not. It's just that I'm very busy, and I find it much easier to have a live stream 2 hours, doing everything, like showing all the updates for all of you, and especially that you are interested in, and then just get back to my work. That's it, man. So I keep you updated and I keep my time much better managed. This is the thing. All right, so yeah, we see a bearish cross, yeah, on the 1 hour chart. If you are asking me for some indicator, bearish cross, yeah, we're moving towards the downside. We have also divergence, yeah, so in the top you see, of course, divergence. Here we go. Well, not so strong, I would say, but still. It's still, of course, a little bit strong. Here is a strong one. You see it? This is a strong divergence. Now it has been played, and now you get another divergence. But yeah, I mean, don't forget that you are in a wave 4. That's why you're not very bearish. Yeah. So basically, we are looking at wave 4 here. Your wave 4, let's put some target for you. So wave 4 impulse, and here we go. Here we go. All right. Blue zone. Okay. So you would like to see your wave 4. By the way, normally a wave 4 comes back to the older wave 4. When you have double 4s, they come back to each other's and then moving toward the upside again. Okay. These are your targets for AAVE. In a bigger view, what are we looking at AAVE is the following. So what's gonna affect this move toward the upside? Yeah, don't forget that in AAVE you are impulsive. So very nice chart, very nice history, and the beginning of the AAVE is very promising. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're looking potentially, of course, into a triangle. So be careful that you might be in a triangle. But what does it mean? Which part of the triangle are you in? Because you are in A, B, and potentially you might be in a wave C. So your wave C has to be zigzag. So we have to be careful that this might turn to something like bearish. Okay. In this case scenario. However, if A, B, C, D, E, of course, then moving toward the upside. Don't forget that you might have finished as well W, X, and Y. You have finished potentially here a wave A. And then, yeah, because you got, of course, 3 waves zigzag toward the upside here, you might be in a wave B, right? But we should never forget that we might be also, when you see a zigzag, that it might be a double 1, 2s, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Brackets, orange. Here we go. Okay. Why it's not working? Okay, it's lagging. It's just lagging. Here we go. Now it takes it. All right. So So 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. So don't forget this scenario that it might be, of course, a possibility. Yeah, we don't want to forget it. Right? Okay. So that was it for AAVE. And high possibility currently, because of the impulse inside it, high possibility goes for the double 1-2s, of course. All right. That was for AAVE. Let's see NEO at 1 hour 19. Okay. I hope that it's a nice chart. I think we did NEO before. Yes, we have it. Okay, even we put it on X. Okay, it's a nice chart. Okay. Let me remove this. Okay, no need for it. All right. Okay, so the last time we did NEO, okay, we have a wave A or a wave 1. We have a very sideways, okay, long sideways. Okay. Invalidation has been taken of triangle. Okay, so no triangle. That's a good signal. Okay, that okay, one scenario is out. Okay. That's annoying. Okay, is it expanding the wave C? I don't know. Okay, now you have another invalidation of triangle. Okay, so you still need to take the low here, right? To take this low to make sure that you invalidate a triangle. You might get a barrier, we call it barrier triangle, and that means, of course, that the wave A, the wave C, and the E finishes all of them on one line or almost. Yeah, so be careful. A, B, C, D, and a E finishes all of them on one line. Yeah. So yeah, that's annoying a little bit, but we're gonna see. All right. Another scenario is ABC. Okay, ABC, A, B, and a C. Now your wave C has to be an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I see already. Yeah, this is invalidated. It cannot be a wave 4. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished wave A, B, and a C. And that means, of course, W, X, and a Y, the wave A, B, C is out. We're looking at W, X, and a Y. Okay? W, X, and a Y in a wave B or a wave 2. Very simple. Or, of course, still can be a barrier triangle. Very low case scenario. I start to see that the timing of this wave is very longer, but still can be. Okay, so all right. So anyway, sorry, I'm looking for higher. Yeah, for A, B, and a C. After this correction, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, wave 2 is possible, yes, because you hit the 0.5 level retracement. Okay, that's good. All right, guys. So you're looking for higher in NEO. The targets are, of course, given or not yet. Okay, let me give you the target. Currently, of course, only if you have finished this correction, yeah. If not, you might still move lower and the targets might change. Okay. So your target are around, of course, this is a logarithmic. Remove the logarithmic. 20 or $200. Yeah, 210 and $200. Okay. Currently you are at 7. So interesting as well. Not bad. Okay. LPT 1 hour 23. Okay. Just a drink of water. All right. So, LPT. Crypto. Okay. Okay, there is an impulse. I don't know if this is all-time history. 2018 on crypto. What is that? A live peer? Okay. Let's see. Binance 2000. Okay, so crypto.com I think is the older. Okay, yes. All right. Do you have an all-time history for this found somewhere else rather than crypto.com? Is it Coinbase? Coinbase is older than crypto.com? No. LPT. I think crypto.com is the oldest platform here, right? By the way. Or okay, that's interesting. On no. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Crypto.com. All right. So what we are looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I don't know what is going on, what happened, but it might be that okay, new psychology found exactly there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then, of course, we have a correction wave, which is still potentially playing and not finished yet. So A, B, and a C. Be careful, you are in an impulse as a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. How is a wave 1? Is just simply like that. Okay, here we go. And this one. Okay. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 1 finished, wave 2, and 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, to finish a wave ABC here. And then we're looking at ABC somehow like this. So potentially you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. Okay. So, all right. Here we go. Now it can be, of course, A, B, C as well. Don't forget this. It can be an A, B, and a C. Orange. Okay. Alrighty. Next one, guys. Toshi. Let's see Toshi. At 1 hour 26. I hope that it is a nice chart. If not, I will apologize, man. I cannot. Right. I think, I don't know, Coinbase. Wee. Crypto. Okay. Toshi USD. Okay, Maxi is the older. Okay, let's go daily. Okay. All right. Might have some potential. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, that we see orange. Okay. And then ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So is that a diagonal? No, I don't think so. It said WX and a Y here. WX and a Y. Here we go. Okay, that means you are potentially here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's great. This is your wave 3 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. All right. So this is your first target. Sorry, your first wave C or wave 3. So you are in A, B, and a C, or in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for higher, of course. Round in yellow. Okay. Targets potentially are the following. Here we go. Minimum target is 1-to-1 fib level at the following numbers. If you are impulsive for a wave 3, you're looking for the 1.618. What is it? Okay. 1.618 as a wave 3 impulse. All right. Preferably not logarithmic, of course. All right. Let me remove the whole thing. So this is your wave C. This is your wave 3. Okay. It depends, of course, on the price action. All right, so AB, is there scenario where we can keep going up for SUI without getting wave 2? We are not yet in wave 2. We're not yet in wave 2. But yes, there is a scenario, is an extended wave 5. And of course, if it transform the wave 3 to a double 1-2, meaning meaning you're looking at 1-2 and then 1-2, which is very low possibility, because you have a wave 3 here. Okay, so 1-2, 1-2, very low possibility. Now basically you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Okay, so we still have one more leg. Potentially, as I explained before, that wave 5 might be extended to the, of course, blue zone. Currently, I'm looking for this blue zone first. So whatever is gonna happen in this area here is gonna move toward the upside again. Yes, it should look after a wave 2, yes. Unless it is opening for something else. Because if you don't get a wave 2, when you finish here, a wave 5, if you don't get a wave 2, and you want to move higher, meaning you're talking about sideways, and this will transform to ABC zigzag. And that means, of course, corrective, meaning A, B, and a C. So you don't want to see this. That's why you preferably to have a wave 2. So it's up and down. This is a market. CETUS. All right. So all right. Okay. All right. Very clear scenario. As you can see, this is a corrective wave, not impulsive, meaning it is a wave A, right? You got a correction, wave B, and this is, of course, your wave C as a clear impulse. Then you finished, of course, a correction, and now you're looking for a wave C, meaning simply... well, what's going on? Lagging today with trading view. Okay, so internally, you are looking at a very, very sideways correction. Same as SUI, as almost Bitcoin, and so on. And still can reach lower. Okay, so you have A, B, C. Yeah, one structure towards the downside. You're looking, of course, for a wave 4 and then continuation for higher later on. Okay, targets for this wave 4 can be, of course, now you hit already the 0.23. Sorry, I'm hosting today because I'm coughing because I have a little bit allergy. So basically we have, okay, the time has already passed for the wave 4. I would say this blue box can be possible. Don't forget also the triangle. Okay, because when you pay with time like this, you might not reach lower. Okay, might be A, B, C, D, and an E, of course, in a triangle. So be careful. Somehow like this. And then that means, of course, you might simply range and then moving for higher. Okay. Potentially here, no, you don't have an impulse. Okay. So yeah, this is still looking for lower first, and it might not reach the low. It might keep it up there and then moving toward the upside. That's it for CETUS. All right. Okay, guys. I think I will need a break. Okay, Anna. Okay, let's do those. Finish the stream, and yeah, then. So, Anna, we have it before. Okay, for Anna on the daily, let me check the daily first. Okay, all right. So it's a very sideways chart, not really nice one. I mean, yeah, you can be, of course, in a triangle. It would be nice to use it on a bot, you know, the bot. It can do good return. But I don't like it, of course, to trade it, just like a trading. But yeah, A, B, C, D, and an E potentially. Yeah, so you are looking for higher for wave D here. Another scenario can be finished ABC. You're looking for 3 waves up, 5 waves down. Be careful. Yeah. So, but currently, in all case scenarios, you're looking for higher. Yeah. So this is for Anna. Most welcome, AB. You're very welcome. 1 hour 35 or 33. Sorry. Okay. SATs, right? It is called SATs, not STA. Okay. 1 hour 35. I think it's SATs. Okay, so SATs, right? USD. Okay. Maxi. No, man, no. Sorry. Nope. It doesn't work. Not for us. Okay. Pass. BNB. All right. BNB at 1 hour 55. Okay. So BNB, USD. Okay. All right. So all-time history for BNB is very, very bullish, right? We have an A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so wave 4 already almost finished here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so we are looking for a wave 5 to be finished. Your wave 5 obviously is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, this is your wave 4. You are looking to finish a wave 4 actually is not finished yet. I see that a wave 4 might extend here, A, B, and a C, a D, and a E potentially. Again, triangle for a wave 4 because they love to be triangles and especially running triangles. Yeah, so here we go. We are looking at A, B, C, D, and a E, and then wave 5 towards the upside. So BNB is still, of course, looking for higher in a bigger overview, right? We're looking for a very big one. All right. Dev, thanks for going live. Even thought you're not feeling great. Thank you, bro. Yes, all good, man. All good. Thank you, man. Yes, thank you, bro. All right. So yeah, basically this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're looking for yeah, potentially WX and a Y here in case we are, of course, corrective. WX and a Y, A, B, and a C. Well, yeah, possibly. It can be also 3 ways up, 3 ways down, and then looking for higher. Also, it's a potential scenario. However, internally, you see impulses, right? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart. Here we go. After they move for higher, you are still higher potential corrective here. Obviously, this can be, of course, 3 waves and still very corrective, guys. So let me turn this on. Okay, we are in 1, 2. Yes, we were looking for this wave 3, by the way. It has been a long time again. We didn't do BNB, but potentially, yeah, it can be ABC because you are in a big triangle, right? Remember, in an overview, you are in a very big triangle. Yeah. So here we go. A, B, C, D, and a E. Okay, so you might be in a wave D here. However, if you move in the 1 hour chart, you don't really see an impulse. You see 3 waves. And that means it's hard to call it 1, 2. It might be, of course, a W, X, and a Y, yeah, as a zigzag, and then continuation for higher. Cool. All right, guys. Xander, sorry, bro, I cannot move on. I need to rest a little bit. And this is the last one for link. So 1 hour 40 for link. And Trump coin is almost forbidden on the channel. I don't like it. It's first politics, and second, it is very tricky and not trusted coin. All right. Okay, on the link, we are looking. Zender. Sorry, man, I'm tired. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A or a wave 1, W, X, Y, X, and a Z, wave B or a wave 2. We're looking at 1, 2 potentially, that it can be, of course, finished or not yet. But I still see, of course, something corrective unfolding because, of course, when you have a 1, 2, 3, your wave 4 has invalidation, meaning this whole thing is a corrective wave. Now, it can be that it is finished as W, X, and a Y. The wave Y is not always mandatory, of course, to take the low. So that can be, of course, push for higher. On the lower time frame, to get more answers for this, you would like to see an impulse, which is missing, right? We see a leading diagonal for potential wave 1, wave 2. You would like to see wave 3 for not invalidation. But here it is invalidated, meaning 3 waves up for a wave A, B, and a C currently. Your wave C might, of course, still finishing a wave 5 toward the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is a very corrective sideways still and moving for higher. If you zoom in here, yes, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 5 didn't took the low, meaning this is A, B, and a C. Okay, 3 ways down, 3 ways up. You're looking for still structure. Dean, yes. FET, I know it is very important for the channel. Yeah, no one asked for it today. Now Aladdin is asking, but I'm very tired. And yeah, basically we're still looking for higher, guys. It's very corrective. And you're still looking for higher. This is a correction wave 4, okay? And it's still simply, it's just playing a little bit psychology right now, okay? I don't see it even like, there is no impulse here, yeah? So even you took the 886, so definitely you're still corrective. Even if you take one more low, it's still moving for higher, okay? Still moving for higher. And this might be your last impulse. Yeah, so be careful. W, X, and a Y, by the way. Here we go. W, X in a zigzag, and the Y is also zigzag. A, B, and a C. Okay? So even if it moves down, it's still, of course, looking for higher. Invalidation is, of course, of bullish. Here we go. Okay? This is your target. All right, guys, so that was it for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support always. Don't forget to push that like button to support the channel and to move on, guys. See you in